Got up to a dusting on the grass and then a few peaks of the sunshine, but you got to see the snowfall this morning.
Yeah, it was so pretty, and you know what? It was nice, and it's about time. But George, it went away pretty quick here in West Michigan.
Yes, indeed. Some places the snow fell faster than it could melt. So my flower bed got covered with snow, and then it all melted. Yeah, that's that time of year. Came almost exactly the first snowfall of the season, just about when it should. So yeah, we're right on target here. Yeah, we do have more snow in the forecast. We'll show you that in the outlook coming up. 13 weather ball tonight is blinking bright. Few lingering sprinkles of rain inside. I think there'll be more developing towards daybreak, but it'll be rain. And it's red. We have a milder day, more seasonable day ahead after being in the 30s most of the day today. Heading out to the woods, it will be dry in most areas. And look at the temperatures tonight. They're actually going to go up. 33 this evening and then going up to around 46 tomorrow afternoon, but still pretty much overcast after some brief clearing. You can see clear at the lakeshore, Grand Haven, some breaks in some other areas, but we're going to become cloudier later on tonight. And temperatures have been at or above freezing most of the day. In fact, mid and even upper 30s right now, 40 up in Ludington, and our temperatures will again fall a little bit as we got a little bit of clearing taking place, but you notice most of the precipitation has exited the region as the low pressure system came right around where it was supposed to, and right now it's heading down into northwest Indiana, and that will just weaken and move to the east. But it will leave us with a lot of cloud cover later on tonight. But look at the cool air that's across much of the northeastern U.S., north central. It's only in the 30s and 40s, and that's where we'll be now for the next several days. After the clearing, we've got to cloud cover, and you can see some light rain showers down south end of the lake, and there'll be a few more flaring up in some spots during the morning tomorrow, but generally a cloudy and dry day. Another cloudy day on Saturday. We're not getting rid of these low clouds anytime soon. Sunshine not coming back for a while. Blake will talk about that a little bit later on in the next half hour. But as far as precipitation, this is all rain here. Nothing between now and Sunday other than a little bit at the lakeshore. Where's all the snow? Well, this is over the next couple of days through the weekend. Really no snow anywhere except maybe the higher elevations of the Appalachians on up through the Adirondacks. Our forecast for West Michigan and snowfall shows none until the Black Friday and into the following weekend as we turn to a much colder weather pattern, and there'll be some lake effect snow kicking on in. So the end of November looks colder and snowier. Gee, here's that 6 to 10 day outlook. Colder from the 27th through the 1st, and this may hold into the first couple of weeks of December after a very warm fall, and higher chances for more precipitation. The system snows, though, look like they're going to be from the upper Midwest down into the mid-Atlantic states. We're going to be on the northern edge of that during that 5-day period. So this evening, maybe a sprinkle of rain and maybe a peek at the moon as well. Mid and upper 30s for the lows, and those will be this evening. This evening's lows will be in the low 30s, and then temperatures will be going up the rest of the night. An evening sprinkle probably out of the question. You've got mostly cloudy skies and mostly cloudy here in the greater Grand Rapids area. The evening sprinkles will end, and then temperatures will bottom out upper 20s and low 30s before they also go up later on tonight. 13 on your side forecast. 46 tomorrow. There's about a 40% of our area seeing some light rain, mainly in the morning. Cloudy on Saturday, mostly cloudy Sunday, back to 49. Chance of a shower coming through on Monday as we hit 49. That's a very low chance. And then turning much colder starting on Tuesday, only in the 30s Wednesday and on Thanksgiving Day. And I think we're going to start to see some lake effect snow showers on Thanksgiving Day or perhaps the day after, all the way into the first week of December. Changing the weather pattern.
Yeah, it's that time of year. Thanks so much, George.
Well, we got our first snow of the season here overnight and this morning, which has now come to an end. Maybe a few lingering sprinkles later on tomorrow, especially toward the lakeshore and down south. That's why the 13 weather ball tonight is blinking bright, but we're back to red, which means not quite as cold, more seasonable weather ahead, wrapping up the week. And if there's a sprinkle or a flurry this evening, we'll give a yellow paw, but mainly green throughout much of the rest of the night. We'll stay above freezing again, and that's the gang. There are 4 or 5, 2, 4, 6 of them there. Renee, hopefully don't have to walk them all at the same time. The drought conditions have not changed, even though we've had a little bit of precipitation here in the last couple of days, in the last week or so. good portion of the country still seeing much drier conditions compared to normal. But we did have some snow earlier today. In some areas, it snowed harder than the ground was warm. So we got some accumulation for a little while, but now we got a little bit of clearing taking place. But the clouds are going to be back with us later on tonight. The storm system moved down into northwestern Indiana at this hour as it traveled from northern Lake Huron right down the lake and further to the south. You can see clear right now, but we're going to become cloudy, and you saw a couple of sprinkles of rain here and there, especially at the lakeshore and down to the south of us earlier in the morning. And then just cloudy skies, a lot of low clouds sticking around for the next several days, if not week to 10 days. This is all the way through Sunday, but no precipitation is expected other than those sprinkles tomorrow. And as you can see, most of that light rain is hugging the lakeshore. Those will be lake effect rain showers during the day tomorrow, and then dry both Saturday and on Sunday. In terms of snowfall, really nothing going on here in West Michigan. It's just going to be too warm, and this takes us all the way through next Wednesday. But watch what happens toward the end of next week. Start to see some colder air coming down, so we'll start to see some lake effect snow showers. This will be all the way from late Thursday into Friday and over the next weekend. So we're going to be into that kind of weather pattern coming up. And we were the first to tell you yesterday that the weather forecast was going to turn colder for much of the country, and that's reinforced here again, second day in a row, where the cold air coming on down from November 29 through December 5. Looks like this is only going to last through about the first 10 days of December, and then the pattern's going to shift once again. So you'll see a lot of blue here next to several days, and we have an equal chance for more or less precipitation. With that kind of weather pattern, we're not going to see a lot of moisture come on through, so all of our precipitation will have to come from lake effect, from that cold air we talked about yesterday. An evening sprinkle, and then mostly cloudy skies. Mid-30s will be this evening. Temperatures may actually go up towards daybreak. We'll be down to the low 30s, and then maybe a sprinkle of rain this evening, but I think you're just going to be mostly cloudy with those temperatures going up towards daybreak. And upper 20s and low 30s. Watch out for a slick spot, especially since it snowed a little bit harder down to the south, but then temperatures will go up the rest of the night. 13 on your side forecast. Mid-40s tomorrow, certainly better than our upper 30s today. Mid-40s and dry on Saturday, upper 40s Sunday and Monday. There's a chance of a little bit of light rain on Monday. We actually may take that out of the forecast later this week. And then next week, here comes the colder air we talked about yesterday, falling from the low 40s on Tuesday, eventually dropping into the 30s for Thanksgiving Day, and then some lake effect snow starting to continue through the following weekend. Yeah, it's about time that we turn the weather pattern a little bit colder.
Yeah, a whole lot of clouds there in that forecast,
yeah,
too.
There are.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, George.
Well, we saw the snow, but not very much sun lately. Something we're kind of used to here in West Michigan this time of year.
Meteorologist Blake Hansen joins us now with more on these gray days that just never seem to end.
Yeah, we're at that point of the year, guys, where we're just striving for a few peaks of sun. Yeah, we're coming off one of our sunniest Octobers on record here in West Michigan, but now we're at the point of the year where clouds dominate our forecast. A lot of numbers on your screen right here. This is the average amount of sunshine we see each and every month. Of course, that always peaks in the middle of summer, but we're going to focus on November and December. Yeah, here in the month of November, we only average about 29% of potential sunshine. That's actually where we're at right now through these first 20 days of the month, 21 days of the month. And in the December, we bottom out with only about 20% of potential sunshine. So why is that? Daylight is short. It's because we have this low sun angle. The sun angle only tops out right now about 27 degrees above the horizon at solar noon. Compare that to the summer solstice in June. Well, we top out the sun angle at about 70 degrees above the horizon. What happens here is that doesn't allow adequate mixing of our atmosphere and keeps a lot of moisture and colder air trapped at the surface of our atmosphere. Because of our proximity to the Great Lakes, we have the moisture coming off the lakes. Well, that keeps a cold, moisture-laden atmosphere at ground level. And what happens, we actually have warmer air aloft. Well, colder air is more dense than warmer air, and that creates an inversion and doesn't allow this cold, moist air to actually scurry out of West Michigan, and that's why we see these days on days of cloud coverage. To put it in perspective, on even the quiet weather days, you'll see a lot of sunshine on the other side of Lake Michigan, such as Wisconsin, Sheboygan, for example, and the Chicago. Here at home, we know the drill, multiple days of cloud coverage. We'll keep the fingers crossed that at least for the final 10 days of this month of November, we can at least see a few peaks of sun.
George, that first snowfall of the season is in the books. I am curious to hear what's next for us.
We are looking at some milder weather through the weekend. More seasonal, let's put it that way. Not going to see any 60s for quite a while. And coming up, Juliet, we're going to talk about how a cool down at the beginning of December may give way to some milder weather by the end of next month. 13 weather ball is red. We have a more seasonable, not as cold weather ahead, and it's blinking bright. Couple of sprinkles of rain yet early tonight. Temperatures today only in the 30s where it snowed a little bit. In fact, a lot in some spots where it collected before it all melted. To the north where there was less, temperatures made it to 40 plus, including 44 up in the Ludington area. We forecast 38 for a high today, only made 37 within our target range. We have done that now 4 days in a row with only 3 misses this month. We have had only 3 days where it's been colder than average, and this is one of them, only 37. We'll be back in the red, though, pretty close to us here during the day tomorrow. We've got Saturday football games coming up and also a Friday football game. 46 over in Ann Arbor on a Saturday under cloudy skies, so dry there. Notre Dame's playing in New York City at Yankee Stadium versus Army. It'll be 44 there as well and cloudy and dry. Michigan State, they got a game tomorrow night. It'll just be cloudy and 42, so not terrible weather by any means. Upper level system is always driving the weather pattern down here at the surface. This is where we got our cold air from and also our first snow of the season. That's exiting, and we'll continue with kind of a cool weather pattern, but not as cold through the weekend. And you can see the winds are starting to back around more to the southwest through about Tuesday of next week. So we're going to be back to above average temperatures all the way through at least next Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday. But we're going to start to see this move down through the Great Lakes region at the end of the month through the first, about 7 or 8 days of December. So we're definitely going to see some colder weather. I'm the first to tell you about that during the day yesterday. But in the meantime, we are not going to see any snow for quite a while. But as that cold air comes in, it'll come through the Great Lakes and create a lot of lake effect snow starting on Friday, Saturday, and beyond into the early part of December. December, though, despite the colder weather for the first couple of weeks of December, we're going to see above average temperatures for the second half. So that's why we have an equal chance here in the Great Lakes region of being warmer or colder, because it's going to be a half and half kind of month. In terms of precipitation, also we're going to see an equal chance because we'll start the month with some snow, and then the second half of the month probably not much at all, so it'll all even out. As far as the long-range outlook for December through February, this is what we consider meteorological winter. We have an equal chance of being warmer or colder, but boy, we're pretty close to that higher chances for warmer temperatures, but we're right smack dab in the bullseye for more precipitation. If it leans on the cold side, we'll see more snow. But I think we're going to be leaning on the warm side, so I think we'll see less snow during that 3-month period than usual. Forecast for tomorrow, maybe a couple of lake effect rain showers right at the lakeshore, breezy with a north wind, upper 40s for highs. Northern areas, you may see a sprinkle of rain, but if it does happen, it'll be early in the day. Mid 40s in the afternoon and dry, and maybe a flare up of a shower in the morning here in the southern counties, but cloudy the rest of the day. Highs back up to our seasonable high in the mid 40s. 13 on your side forecast. About 40% of the area along the lake and from Grand Rapids south in the morning tomorrow as we hit 46, 44 Saturday and cloudy, mostly cloudy at the end of the day Sunday at 49. A chance of a shower on Monday. I'm thinking that we may end eventually take that out of the forecast, but still 49. And then here comes that colder air starting next Tuesday all the way through Thanksgiving Day and beyond.